perfect night, great finish. I think I needed the stoppage because I boxed the head of him, and it was a very controlled performance against a good guy. You can see that. No, I know I'm not the biggest puncher in the world, but I have enough to make people respect me, and he respected me from the first jab it landed on him. And I think in the third or fourth or fifth round, actually, I damaged my left hand, and you could see that's why I started to switch a bit more often. And even so, still, I got a finish with the left hand, but I can feel it now. It's very sore, but I still thought it was okay, and it was a good performance. Happy enough.
Were you caught in that difficult position where you were dominating the fight? You technically knew you were better than him, and maybe there was a slight hesitancy about going for the stoppage. When did you see the weakness?
You know what? You know what it is? See, I know I can beat anybody when I box, but I know people get bored of that, and that's just the name of the game. I can box all day, and I can look good doing so. But and you know what? I maybe should do it all the time, because the less damage you take in life or in the ring, the more life you have in life, or the more lifetime you have in boxing. So yeah, it's a smart way to do it. But I know people want the performance. I know these guys wanted the finish, and I'm very, very happy to get that.
But given the fact that it didn't go the distance, does that send out a message?
You know what? Who's to say? Who's to say it is? Who's to say it isn't? People will look at it. People will criticize. People will say, it's not as correct as it be. But get in front of me and try to do something that's different.
What now? I spoke to you last week. I spoke to Adam last week. You said this would be the litmus test tonight. This would be the night that you found out where you were at in terms of your professional career. After the fight, where do you feel you are at?
Within the next 12 months, where I've said I've been at world title within the next 12 months. I know I can have it for St. Patrick's Day, but I know Bob wants one here.
I've heard rumours of Josh Warrington here next summer potentially.
How good would that be? They would have to do the whole park and make it a 50,000. You know what I mean? So very, very proud, very happy. Whoever it is next year, you know what? Forget who's next, because my holiday's next, and I gotta take a break before I think about anybody else. I got a day out on this performance. Thanks for cleaning me, Adam. And savour it, because nights like this don't come often for anybody, and nights like this for boxers especially are very rare. So I'm very lucky to have many nights like this, but this one is, you know what? When I look back on this, I don't think there couldn't be a night better than this. In terms of atmosphere, in terms of doing it in my home city, in my back garden, it's going to be very hard to beat anywhere. World titles, anything.
Were you able to savour it in terms of the ring walk and then switch on?
You know what? I tried to savour it enough, but when I stood on that stage and let the people sing kicked in, I went, let's do it, come on, no more waiting. By the time I got there, it was the perfect timing, because the Red Hot Chilies kicked in, and that even kicked it more. But you could see it, I was singing on my way. I loved it. I was serious kind of all day, and I think Adam was kind of thinking like, he needs to fucking smile a bit here.
Apologies for the language, you are live.
Sorry. I'll curse again.
We were doing so well up until that point.
It's Michael Conlan.
It's Michael Conlan. But in terms of the atmosphere, at 122, there are opportunities at Super Bantam. There are chances at Feather too. Bob Arms says he will deliver them. Where do you feel that opportunity for a world title is going to come fastest, and what is the right weight for you to challenge for a world title initially?
You know what? It's not even the time they asked it. It's time to just think about a holiday, because too much people don't live in the moment, and if I start thinking about what's next, I'll not enjoy this enough.
Well, Michael, enjoy it. You were brilliant tonight. An outstanding performance.